up YouTube? It's your boy Ryder5 here, and today I am bringing you our CPC Season 3 Draft Recap. Now, before I get into the actual recap, I'm just going to give you a little bit of backstory of the CPC. The CPC was founded by actually two of the coaches that are in it right now, Joey and John, coach of the Connecticut Crocodiles and the Arizona Dactyls, respectively. I was not around for Season 1, but I was extended an invite to Season 2 by my good friend Prado, who is coach of the Golden State Warriors. So I was invited to join, hopped in. So Season 2 went pretty well. We went 7-2 in the regular season, secured the #1 spot, and we won. Won our 2 playoff games, and we are the CPC Season 2 champions. So, Season 3, we are back to defend our championship, and it's going to be a great year this year. A lot more competition, competition's gotten a lot better, a lot tougher, so I'm looking forward to it. So when this draft started out, I thought we originally were going to go by the old GBA rules, where the old coaches get the early spots and the new coaches get randomized into the new spots. Well, they voted, I didn't realize this at the time, but they voted to randomize everything. So we get randomized, and I get the last pick, which honestly isn't a bad pick. In the early rounds, but later on they can kind of screw you up a little bit, so I get to spot number 16, wheel pick. So, my draft picks, I get 2, essentially every time I come up to draft, I get 2 draft picks. So, I'm going to talk about these draft picks in pairs because I picked them in pairs, and that was my mentality going through the entire draft. So the first round goes through and my first 2 picks come up. Now, for my first 2 picks, I want something I can build the core around. I want something that can be solid offensively, solid defensively, and 2 picks that I can really build a tried and true core around. So my first pick coming up was Heatran. It's a Pokemon that I do have some experience with, but what you see are the stats on the showdown right here. It's got good defense, it's got solid defense at 106 each. It's got a decent HP stat 91, but it's got 130 special attack. This thing can be a special wall breaker. This thing can just tear through anything. There's a lot of specs on it. I can run Assault Vest, I can run Scarf on it. It doesn't have great speed, base 77, but I can just run Scarf on it, and it'll outspeed a lot of things and do a lot of damage. So with Heatran being my first pick, I needed something to counterbalance that. It's got a weakness to fighting, weakness to water, and it's got 4 times weakness to ground. So I've got to have something that can kind of counteract that. So I decided, of course, to pick up Rotom Wash Boy Luke. Oh, sorry, I'm going to do each nickname though. Firefly, or Heatran. Wash Boy Luke, or Rotom Wash. I love Rotom Wash. To me, it is one of the best defensive Pokemon in this format. There's only 1 weakness of grass. Really only a grass-type Pokemon is the only thing that's really going to be able to take it out. Things that, like, just want hidden power grass or grass knot, it's not heavy, grass knot's not going to do a ton of damage to it, unless you're a really special Pokemon, like hidden power grass is going to do a ton of damage to it. And the biggest thing with Rotom Wash, it's versatility. I can run it physically defensive, I can run it specially defensive, I can run Resto Chesto, I can run a special attacking set, I can run a Scarf Trick set. It just has so many things it can do, and it has so many different options. It doesn't have great recovery, it does get Pain Split, which kind of can be hit or miss to switch into something that has a lot of health. I can gain a lot of health back, but if they switch into something that doesn't have a lot of health, I can actually wind up giving them health back. So it doesn't have a ton of great recovery, but it's a great pick to come up with Heatran, because you have Levitate, doesn't have ground weakness, water weakness to it is negated by Rotom Wash, not damage, and Rotom Wash's grass is the only one it really has. It's also counteracted. Heatran covers that to 4 times resistance to it. So when I pick these 2 Pokemon, I'm feeling great. Again, I've got a great core started up, and I've already got the starting with Fire Water, Grass core. So now I just need a grass type Pokemon to finish that out. So it comes back to me in the 3rd and 4th round. My next 2 picks are up, and I go my grass pick with the Moongus. Fungal, a Moongus is great because it has Regenerator as an ability. So every time I switch it out, it's going to get a 3rd of its health back. So I can run it with Black Sludge to recover some health. I can run it with Assault Vest and Giga Drain, use Giga Drain to get some health back, then switch out and get more health back. It has access to Spore, which is 100% sleep move, so unless they have a grass type Pokemon, a Pokemon with like safety goggles on it. It's got Synthesis, Toxic. It's a great, I don't want to say stally Pokemon, but it's a great defensive Pokemon. To me, it kind of really rounds out are cool because it takes care of the fighting weakness because it resists the fighting attacks. Its fire and flying weaknesses, are covered by Heatran. Heatran is totally negated by fire type moves and Flash Fire, and resists the flying type moves. The trio itself covers itself, so that's right there, it's a solid defensive core. Now at this point, I'm kind of like, I don't really have a great physical attacker, don't have a lot of speed on the team either. So, and also wanted to make sure I got potential for defog, potential to get rid of hazard. So my next pick was Clystore. I call him Rock Lobster. I like that. Rock Lobster. He is our defense. He's gonna be another defensive unit, but he's got decent. Where he's different from the others is that he has decent attack and decent speed. So I can run him offensively if I really wanted to, and he outspeed a lot of things. He can do a ton of damage. I mean, Stab Earthquake is nothing. Nothing wants to take a Stab Earthquake from this. It can do a ton of damage, and it has access to Defog, it has access to Stealth Rocks, it has access to Roost, so I can have it be a Rock Setter and a Defogger. It can be a ton of different things. The only catch is that if I run Defog on it, I can't run what is typically considered his best set, which is Attack Poison Kill. And that when he's poisoned, he actually heals damage instead of takes damage from it. But because of the way he runs Defog, he runs it 4-10 by each-end. If you want to run Defog, you can't run the poison set. But that's fine. I can still run Hyper Cutter, I can still run Sand Veil, which we'll get into later. So I might run that to be a little bit like Trickster up there. But I really have a solid defensive core. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I have a solid defensive core. I need to get some attacking in. So it comes back around to me the 5th and 6th round for my next two picks. This is the first time I really get. This is the first and only time I get sniped in the draft. At this point, I was like, I need a cleric, I need something that can take care of Pokemon, and I need a really fast physical attacker. Because really, up to this point, Clystore is my only physical attacker, and it doesn't have great attack, it doesn't have great speed either. It doesn't break the 100. I have nothing that breaks the 100 base speed barrier, and nothing that breaks over 100 in attack as well. So I want a physical attacker, and I want a cleric. I was looking at Terrakion, because Terrakion had everything I wanted. It had wall breaking potential, it had setup moves, it had 108 base speed, 129 attack, it was everything I was looking for. And it got picked, literally the pick before me. And I'm just like, oh no, what am I going to do now? I was planning on having Terrakion. At this point, there's not a lot of great physical attackers as my tier 1 pick, and just another tier 1 pick, I'm just like, so what am I going to do? So, I'm going to go with my first pick. I picked up Aromatisse, nicknamed Dania, for reasons. It's a great, once again, it has high HP, high special attack, high special defense. It's a great special wall, and it can run the Wish Protect Heal Bell set so I can heal other Pokemon. It's great to have that there for certain things, like, especially with these bulky Pokemon that don't have great recovery. Having a Pokemon I can Wish Pass with, Wish and send it off to something else that will just hit and heal it back up. It's great to have that option there if I need it. Now, because Terrakion was picked, I didn't really have a great backup pick. So I'm looking through, I don't really like any of the tier 1 options left, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, there's not really a great tier 1 option left. A lot of people have already picked up their 1 or 2 tier 1 Pokemon they're going to get. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm going to get back into tier 4, and I'm going to pick up Ditto. Remix a lot. Ditto's there really for only one thing, to copy Pokemon, obviously with the Imposter set. Really for me, his job here is to be a counter sweeper. So if someone comes in with a Pokemon and sets up, like a Megazord X, or Terrakion, or a Mega Delay or something like that, and sets up, I can send Ditto in and copy that. And now, because almost every single time you're going to bring Imposter Choice Scarf. Now I have your set up. Let's take Zard X, Mega Charizard X. You get 2 Dragon Eggs up. Your +2 speed and +2 attack. I bring in with Ditto. Now I've got +2 attack and +2 speed as well, and I'm guaranteed to outspeed you to take your choice spot. And I can lock myself into a move, but I can lock myself into a move that can go through your entire team. I might run through it with just Ditto. So he's there as kind of an anti setup counter. Where it's like, okay, you're gonna start setting up. I'm gonna send in. I'll let you kill something. Then I'm gonna send Ditto in. I'm gonna copy everything and let's see what you can do based off of that. So it wasn't my best pick, I feel about, but it was at the time I was like, I'd rather me have it than anybody else have it. So that was pretty much it. So now it gets back around to me again for the 7th and 8th round for my next 2 picks. And at this point, I need physical attack. I don't have a single great physical attacker outside of Gliscor. I know I'm going to pick up a Pokemon I'm not great with. So my next pick is Tyranitar, or Dragonzord, as I like to affectionately call it. Tyranitar does have the balance being 4 times weak to fighting, and it just once again kind of compounds our fighting weakness with Heat-Train. But I felt like that this was a great Pokemon for me because it has great defenses. It's got great stats. It's got great stats across the board, honestly. The speed's not that much of a problem. I might run a Dragon Dance Sweep set just to try to do it one time just for grins. But like base 100 HP, 134 attack, 110 defense, 100 special defense, which also will be boosted by Sandstream since it will give it 1.5 times boost since he's a rock type. So he can be a great defensive Pokemon, and he can run. I can run what's the Sand Rock? What's the rock? I need to look it up. Now I have to look it up. Rock. Smooth Rock, which increases the Sandstorm, so it'll be 8 turns instead of 5. I can run Choice Band on it. I can run. He has a lot of variety. He also learns things like Blizzard, Ice Punch. I think he learns Fire Blast too, or Flamethrower. He learns Flamethrower and Fire Blast. And base 95 special attack is nothing to laugh at. That can do a lot of damage when I invest into it, or something has a 4 times weakness to it. So Tyranitar being there, it has a lot of once again versatility. That's what I like in a jockey. I like versatility. So having that option there is really good. My next pick, I was kind of waffling. I was kind of going back and forth between my next pick and this one. I decided that I was going to risk not picking up Stoutland this time and getting the Sand Rush combo to go with guaranteed speed. So I decided to pick up Mienshao, Razor Boots, based off named for my friend who loves this Pokemon. He helps me team build, helps me prep and all that stuff. So this is one of his favorite Pokemon. It's got to be named after him, and it's a really great Pokemon. 125 base attack, 105 base speed, even a 95 base special attack isn't that bad. It learns Calm Mind. I can run Calm Mind sets and just run special attacks and really just freak people out. Like, what is this? He also has some great ability. Once again, also another regenerator Pokemon. So I can run Life Orb on it, fake out U-turn, come back, and oh look, that health I just lost Life Orb comes back from regenerator. It also runs Reckless as a hidden ability. If I looked at this right, he only learns High Jump Kick and Jump Kick as the only moves that boost Reckless, but it's still boosted enough that where it can do a ton of damage. But just having, once again, I don't have a ton of Pokemon that break the 100 speed barrier, but there's some potential here to do some real damage with Mienshao. So 9th and 10th round come back around. Once again, up to 2 more picks, and thankfully I was praying because somebody else was also setting for Sandstream as well, and that kind of also maybe influenced me to pick up Tyranitar when I didn't really want to. I'd rather that person had the count on than Tyranitar. So I was glad that Waffle for Stoutland made it back to us. Honestly, even without Sand Rush, he's still a pretty decent Pokemon. He gets Intimidate and he gets Scrappy, so he can get Ghost type Pokemon. He also gets Intimidate, and with base 85 HP and 90 defense, with Intimidate, that actually can make it a decent defensive ball. But for the most part, I'm probably gonna wind up using him. I'm probably gonna wind up using him more often as a Sand Rush Sweep with a Choice Band or a Life Orb, because he learns so many great physical moves: Crunch, Return, Ice Fang, Iron Head, Clay Rough. Wild Charge too, Superpower. I mean, I could slap 4 moves on him with a Choice Band, and odds are, no matter what team up somebody brings, I'll have a move that can hit something super effective. Just once again, the variety of moves. Like, he's gonna be a physical attacker. He's not gonna be a special attacker. He's got 45 special attack. He's not gonna be a special attacker. But the variety of moves I have with him, I can change things up. And like I said, he can even be a support Pokemon. He learns things like Thunder Wave, Toxic, Substitute, and just a bunch of moves that it can be a great support Pokemon. So if I want to bring him support on mine, odds are I'll probably bring him a lot with Tyranitar, Sand Rush. With Sand Rush, he'll outspeed almost everything, even Scarf, even things that are Scarf, he'll outspeed them and just deal with terrible resistance. So my next pick in that same category, once again, I need speed. At this point, I'm still slow on speed, don't really have anything great. So I pick up hands-free the Ampon, another Pokemon that I know very well, Pokemon I love using, and once again it has variety. It runs all the elemental punches, Fake Out, U-Turn, Knockoff. Technician is a great ability for me to power up that Fake Out. One of my favorite was that my friend likes to run is Fake Out Last Resort, because as he always tells me, if something takes around 35% of a Fake Out, it's gonna die to Last Resort. So you just Fake Out Last Resort and there's a free kill. And it has a base 115 speed. The base 100 attack isn't great, but because of Technician there, a lot of its lower base type attacks do a lot more damage. So having that speed there, that really need it. Like I said, don't have a ton of Pokemon that are fast, but I have enough that I feel like I can get a good mix of fast Pokemon in there with my slower core, and I can whittle teams down. My final pick, I did this last year as well. I waited to the very last pick to pick my Mega. This year I kind of regretted doing that because a lot of Megas that I would kind of want got picked up in the early round. I was just like, okay, at this point I'm just going to wait for a Mega and just pick which one last. But we got lucky. We got a Mega that I'm comfortable with, that I know very well. Mind Play, our Mega Beedrill. Once again, named after a close friend of mine who loves bug Pokemon. He loves using Mega Beedrill. His Mega was named after him. And adaptability is a devastating component. I mean, essentially doing double damage with moves that are the same type. He gets X's or U-Turn, Poison Jab. He gets Swords Dance, so it's not even like I can just run Swords Dance and use him as a set of sweeper. Because he has 65 HP, but he has 80 special defense. If it's not super effective, and even if it's stab, it's not super effective, he might live a special attack with some HP investment. Like a physical attack's gonna run through him, like extreme speed or even something. Any physical attack's gonna run through him, but he might actually live a special attack or two. So if I can just set up a Sword Stance, I can just run through teams, and I can just do a lot of damage with him. So, this has been our draft recap. Videos will probably be going up. Videos will be going up every Sunday and Monday. Sunday is our team prep. Monday is our actual battle, and those will be going up. Our first week starts the 7th of August. So, I mean, the videos will be going up the 13th and the 14th, our week 1 matchup. So, thank you guys for watching. If you have any sets you would like to see me try, if you have something interesting, maybe a Pokemon you think I might like to use, or think, hey, drop this, pick up this. If you have any sets you want me to use, just leave them down in the comments below. I'll take a look at them. If I use them, I'll give you credit for it. So just thanks for watching, and I think that's it. Yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day. This has been Rider Pies. Team Riders out.